Hi friends, this is Maya Lemberg here at True Integrative Health and Wellness in Atlanta, Georgia. And this week's video, I'd like to talk about love, vulnerability, and healing in relationship. So, human beings are the most intensely relational animals. We literally cannot survive alone. Our brains wouldn't fully function if we were in isolation. We wouldn't develop properly. So love, in fact, is the most important thing that nourishes us in our early childhood and through our lives. So as we're growing up, we're these little fragile, beautiful, perfect, innocent beings, these little babies. We can't possibly be more vulnerable. And our very survival depends on securely attaching to our parents who are supposed to be consistent and loving and nurturing. And in this relationship, we are able to grow neurologically, grow biologically in all of these different ways, and grow relationally. We learn that the world can be trusted and that other people can be trusted. And through that relationship, through the love that we experience with other people, we are able to experience love within ourselves. We don't exist in a vacuum. It's very difficult to experience self-love if you've never experienced love around you. We literally learn love in relationship. So if we have good enough parents that are consistent, that are loving, that are nurturing, then this all happens beautifully, and we grow up to be these wonderfully well-developed people. However, a lot of times life stress really gets in the way. Parents aren't consistent. Parents can lash out of stress, anger, out of not really ever having processed their own emotions about their own childhoods, and it all gets projected onto their children. So often many children grow up not feeling safe, not feeling really seen, not feeling understood, maybe not even feeling very loved based on actions that could be perceived as violent, physically or emotionally. So it all kind of creates an inner culture of isolation. Like, I'm alone here, and no one's really on my side. So all of that beautiful, precious, tender vulnerability starts shutting down. It starts collapsing, and we start building walls and layers, a fortress around our heart. And it's intelligent. We have to, because the world is unsafe, and we have to protect our vulnerability. But often we don't even realize we've done this. And our hearts become so guarded and so deeply shut away from the rest of the world, we're not even really sure how we could come back to a place of connection, but we always feel like there's something missing. What is missing? Why can I not connect? Why is life not enriching and deeply fulfilling? And why can't I feel myself as much as I want to? And where is this mysterious thing called joy that everyone talks about like it's so easy to have, and happiness? And what I keep coming back to is that our wounding happened in relationship. Thus, our healing must happen in relationship as well. And while we like the idea of maybe sitting in a cave by ourselves and finding God and coming to this great stroke of healing, the real work happens in relationship when we can choose to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to have the strength and courage to be vulnerable to other people, and to start melting some of the layers, some of the fortresses that we've built around our hearts to protect ourselves. And that's when we start accessing that initial wounding when we were children, when we were small, when we weren't really seen or supported or cared for the way we really needed to be. That's when all of that inner child stuff starts coming out. When we can choose to find someone who loves us, who sees us, or a community, a tribe of people who can support us and let us know that it's safe to just be as you are. It's safe to open your eyes to me and to open your heart to me. And then we come back around to this notion that love is the fabric of who we are. And just as we couldn't survive without love as children, we still can't survive without love. And that our only real job here is to continue to open our hearts. And when we do so, when we start to live out of that place of vulnerability, out of that place of heart presence, and move past all of those fears and all of those triggers and all of those impulses to shut down and cower and hide because it's too scary to be with someone else. Once we start to choose to move past that and to be vulnerable and to be open-hearted, even if it might hurt, even if we might get an ouchie again, or maybe a couple of ouchies, and we keep finding the strength, then life truly becomes worth living. Then it feels like you're living every ounce of breath that there is to live. And it all becomes worth it, and it all makes sense. So I encourage all of you to continue walking the path to find your tribe. Even if it's a tribe of one or a tribe of two, the people that see you and accept you just as you are, that you can unfold with, that you can feel safe with, and that you can really learn to let your heart lead. Best of luck in this beautiful journey called life. Look forward to sharing more tidbits of wisdom that stream through me from time to time when I'm lucky. Once again, this is Maya Lemberg. You could find me at mayalembergcounseling.com. I do in-person counseling sessions here in Atlanta, Georgia, and online. My number is 770-310-2357. And I look forward to sharing more. Be well, my friends.